SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. Today was Huntington Pier and north side. Current was really strong. Very difficult to stay close to the pier, but I had one of my sons here to try to take some pictures, some video from the pier, but it quickly found out that the current was so strong I couldn't stay close enough to the pier where he could find me. So Danny's here. Danny, tell us what your point of view was.
As I approached the pier, I noticed that the waves were big and the current was strong with this one today. And I noticed that my father was surfing and it was pulling him out and pulling him further down, further away from me. So in my little camera, he got smaller and smaller and smaller. I proceeded down outside the pier, went out to the sand and tried to locate him there, but he had already drifted far past where I was, and I'd lost him because he was in a sea of other black wetsuits from a distance. One notable thing, I did see a huge swarm of birds attacking the water just outside the end of the pier, and I can only assume there was a big fish shoal there and they were feeding, which attracts bigger fish, which in the end attracts sharks. So I quickly ran back up to there, and they were done by then. The fish were done and the birds were just chilling on the water. That's my report.
Well, it's a good report. There is, in the last month, there's been a few shark sightings off the end of the pier. There's even some YouTube videos, Huntington Beach shark sighting. But I was getting a little nervous because I was getting sucked out deeper past the end of the pier almost. And going down the beach, I was constantly paddling, trying to stay close enough to where I can get, some video, but just couldn't do it, couldn't maintain. So I started to drift further down the beach, north, or, what's perceived as north. And I was surfing. I caught a couple of waves down there, but by the time I got 2 or 3 waves, I was already past lifeguard station 12. And so it doesn't take long to get sucked down the beach when the current's like that. And it's because the south swell is coming in, and it's coming in pretty strong. The waves were pretty thick. And so a lot of water being moved and inland. And so by the pier, it kind of acts as a riptide because the way the pillars cause the sand to move, the water gets sucked out. And so it was just impossible for me to stay close to the pier. So I had to walk back all the way from almost 14th Street, which I suspect is at least a half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile down the beach. And as I was coming back, another side note on surf related is they're setting up to shoot a movie right there at Lifeguard Station 2. And they're doing some kind of they're building an actual set right there on the sand. And so I don't know what or who's shooting what, but I saw the trucks that carry all the equipment, the booms and the sound equipment and the cameras, and they were all pulling into the parking lot. So they're going to shoot something there today. I don't know what exactly. But overall, it was a pretty good sized surf. It might be a little big for me. Not that it was so scary. It's just that I'm really having to adjust deep, shallow, right, left, because it's such a large takeoff area. Like I've mentioned many times in the past, that you have to get yourself in position to catch those waves, and there's a lot of paddling involved. And when you're paddling to stay in position, then you got to paddle to get lined up for a wave. It's exhausting, and so in my advancing years, it becomes more difficult to.
Indeed, even as for myself, being much younger and more athletic.
Well, I don't know about more athletic.
I struggle as well to get in position and stay on the current. And I noticed there was a couple of young bucks out there staying close to the pier, but a lot of the older guys were just being taken down the beach to be left in oblivion. So maybe tomorrow we'll hit Newport or somewhere where we can get better video.
Yeah, Newport, the advantage is you're closer to the sand, so you can find your person. Tomorrow I'm going to try to remember to wear a white rash guard over the top of my wetsuit, and that should be easier to find me out there in the sea of black. And plus, the other day, like I mentioned on a couple of podcasts ago, down around 34, sometimes the waves get bigger and they're peaky in between the two jetties. So we may move around, but we want to start at Newport Pier area and see if we can't get some real footage here, just for fun, and then work our way down deeper if we have to, towards 34, 35, 36, somewhere around there. You can only do body boards, but we'll have to be careful what jetty we're at. So that's our report for today. Not much to talk about. Didn't catch a great number of waves like I did on Monday. And yesterday I didn't even go out because it was windy, and my team of my surf buddies are all out of town, so it was just me, and I lacked motivation. So I didn't even go yesterday, but I got the yard done in the front, so that's going to free me up. Won't have to have that bothering my brain. Well, that is all for today. Check out our sponsors, Nappy Clothing. They'll make you any piece of clothing you want.
We won't.
No, what will you do? Why don't you tell me
We
what
make jeans and shoes, shirts, bags. You tell us your size, and we'll make your size for you. So it's not completely custom, but we will make the length custom to your specifications. We also have a company called Swing Easy Hammocks, and hammocks are really big right now. And swingeasyhammocks.com, you can pick up a hammock for about $65.
Well, that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Thank you for elaborating on Nappy Clothing. Anything about Task Bullet that you want to report on?
Task Bullet is doing well. We've turned over a lot of our daily processes to our VAs, and it's going amazing. So now I sit by the pool most of the days.
Want to know about this?
Yeah. So now we're trying to put that into place where we bring other companies in and we show them how to use virtual assistants and how to set them up so they can focus on big picture things and not the mundane daily data entry and keeping up on the clients.
Or like Wes says, don't work at your company, work for your company.
Don't work at your company, work on your company.
Yeah.
So before we were working at, and now we're working on other people's companies as well through a consulting program. So it's going well.
So check out nappyclothing.com and Task Bullet. No more Merch Hero?
Merch Hero we've also turned over to VAs, and they do all the work.
Oh, well, so you still have it.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I'm going to have to start raising their advertising budget because we're doing some great work for them. So go check them out. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have some fun at Newport. Thanks for listening. Bye.